Hey, everybody, welcome to Beer Bigger Banter, the sports podcast. And we are back together with the College Juice podcast as well. Welcome, Trent. Welcome, Steve. Welcome, Kev.
Thanks for having us again. We enjoyed it.
Thank you, man.
Back again
We got
to argue, yell at each other.
Not gonna lie, I feel like you guys are like the ultimate sports podcasting crew. It's like, hey, let's get Steve and Kev on this one. Let's get Steve and Kev. Like, it pops up every other night. I'm like, oh, what podcast are they on tonight? I'm like, holy hell, it's awesome.
They are. We're glad we could fit you, or you could fit us into your schedule, because I do. I'm going through X, and it's like, oh, there's Kevin, there's Steve again on what is it? The what's the
Golden Ticket?
Yeah, Golden Ticket. Yep. So, and we are for the big golf tournament discussion tonight. First major of the year. I'm excited. But you want to get going, Ty, with recap of the national championship. That it is what it is. Should have been Duke's, but we'll leave it at that.
I'll let you guys kind of start with this, because I do have a little bit of a different opinion, because I was on Chomp the Gators, which I shouldn't have said that while recording, because I'm a Tennessee fan, but
hey, fair weather, I get it. Oh, that too. I was just thinking.
So you're one of those SEC guys that just toe the line, bro. Don't do that. No. Okay, all right. No. I'm a Texas guy, but I'm F everybody else, man. Like I can't toe the line for the SEC like apparently all the other schools do for the SEC, which is weird to me.
Give it some time. You just got into the SEC. Give it like 5 years.
Bro, we weren't talking like that in the Big 12, man. It wasn't like, oh, well, Texas Tech is there, so I'm going to pull for them. No, man. Now, if the bet makes sense, I'll make the bet.
So what you're saying is that the SEC is kind of like just a bunch of cucks. Like, hey.
All right.
But like, seriously, though.
I mean,
we just lost a big fan base tonight.
Right? They are a cult, but it gets to a point where other schools are arguing against other conferences because the accolades of Alabama and Georgia. They're like, well, how many championships have the SEC got? And I'm like, well, between two schools, you freaking clowns. Like,
right.
If Oklahoma was winning championships, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, the Big 12's been dominating the past 20 years. And like, well, how many does Texas have? Well, they're in the Big 12.
Right.
Like, you see how dumb that sounds? Like, I know. It makes me annoyed. I can't wait for football season, but let's talk about this national championship.
I was gonna say, can I keep it on this conference talk? This is where like I found myself, obviously Duke losing to Houston. It's like one of those like, okay, you want to be able to say you lost, which you lost to the national champion, or I don't know, or do you want to cheer against a team that knocked your team out? And after that quote about we didn't play in any toy poodle league, and enough about it. I'm sorry, I was like, hey, Calvin, or you have been in college basketball for 40 years, and guess what? You still have 0 national championships. So I didn't feel bad for 1 second. At the end of it, I was like, you know what? Rightfully so. Get your ass out, because I'm going to call it right now. ACC will be back next year. At least 5, maybe 6 bids. But that was just my takeaway. After I heard that quote, I was like, screw Houston. Screw them. Like, and that was I even heard him say it live, and it didn't really resonate with me. It was once I like read, like, how they put like the quotes with the pictures on that, and I'm like, screw that. Like, that's bullshit. Like you guys literally Duke, they imploded, right? They imploded. And good for Houston. They did well. They took advantage of it, but Duke was the better team. They just literally choked it away.
So you're saying that Samson had 2 of the better quotes on the Toy Poodle Conference, and then also Sasquatch State.
Yeah. I don't know if I heard the Sasquatch State one. I don't know.
It was his halftime thing, and he's like, "What up? This isn't Sasquatch State." It was like, what the hell?
The hell's Sasquatch State? I don't know what the hell
it's not a real. Yeah, it's not real, but they're trying to make it an actual university.
Well, wait, Sasquatch isn't real, or
No,
No, I'm
that's
just kidding. I'm kidding.
you know how I feel about that.
Yeah, you have weird theories on that, but we'll another day. Guys, real quick, he doesn't believe in dinosaurs, damn it. Okay. I'm a science teacher. I gotta deal with that shit.
Like the stuff they have in the museums with the bones. They just where did that come from?
I'm glad you brought that up.
What
Where do
rabbit
they-
hole are we going down right now?
Where did that
Glad you
come
brought that
from?
up.
I don't even care about sports right now. I got to hear about this because
The bones are all plaster. They're not the real bones.
so you mean to
Oh.
tell
What they
me
do is they find a couple of bones and then they make up the rest of them and say, hey, this is what it looks like. And it's all been going downhill ever since the Brontosaurus has been debunked as a dinosaur that never actually existed. Long neck, long tail, wrong. Never existed.
It was a mistake because there were two dinosaurs found at the same location and they accidentally put the wrong bones on the wrong other one. So that's why it's fake, Ty. Okay. Just putting that out there.
Tyler, I'm just saying, man. I mean, when did they first find the first bones? Like in the 1800s, early 1800s? You mean to tell me they were sitting around and like, yo, man, like, I mean,
let's mess with these people.
Yes.
And it's been a secret society ever since then. They came together and was like, you know what, man?
Conspiracy truthist is what's on my shirt.
The big Smithsonian. They just always trying to hold us down, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I've been on this bandwagon.
Cheese too, man.
I have a lot. I don't believe that, but space is questionable.
Yeah, don't go there, Steve. He doesn't believe in space either.
I said it's questionable.
Oh my gosh. Listen, you sound like my cousin, man. I'll get a Snapchat from him out of nowhere, and he's like, why can't I see the moon during the day? Huh?
Yeah,
and I'm like, God, you
So it's like, which moon is it? Is the real question. Is it the And how about those bird drones? Don't get me started on those.
All right, man. 65-63, big win from Florida on Monday.
It's a good segue.
Yes.
That was a perfect segue.
Yeah, speaking of big lizards, Florida wins 65-63. Yeah.
I will say this. I mean, I was on the Gators mostly because my son's a Gators fan. Which again, don't ask me how that happened because my wife and I are both Tennessee fans in college football, and he's like, "Well, I like the colors, and I really like that alligator." My wife and I were like, "Oh, dagger, dagger the heart, man!" Like I had to buy him a Tebow jersey. You know how bad that hurt me? Like,
oh man, God, you should sit him down and watch the 30 for 30 about the team. And be like, see what kind of POSs they had on their team.
Seriously,
I was talking about him actually today, and I was like, I don't know how Tebow even got that. Like, how did he get those guys to like, all right, we're gonna win and like motivate them when he's just like the polar opposite of Aaron kill the person Hernandez and just
allegedly.
No, he did. That's over, Ty. He's guilty.
Oh, okay, all right, good.
He definitely did it. But like, it's in Urban Meyer. Like, I can't. Right? He's gonna be at one of the conferences I'm gonna be at this summer. I can't wait. I'm gonna print an 8x12 of him and that girl from the bar. I'm gonna walk up to him, see if he'll sign it for me. Be like, just hey man, can you sign this? And just see if I'll catch him off guard just when he's like just writing and not looking at stuff, and just flip that on eBay.
It's kind of like those signings they do on Fanatics where they try to get the guys to sign the stuff.
Yeah,
just like slide it up there, and be like, oh hey. But yeah, I don't know. It was a hell of a game. I didn't expect. I mean, what was it? A minute 38, I think, was the total that Florida led the entire game.
Sure.
I mean, you can make the argument that Florida was the team of comebacks. I mean, the whole tournament essentially, but
yeah,
I think Houston blew it.
Almost definitely.
Florida was doing comebacks, like you said, the whole tourney. I mean, they were down 10+ points to UConn.
Mm-hmm.
They were down 10+ to Texas Tech.
Yep.
They were down to Auburn at halftime by like 7 or 8 or whatever it was.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they know how to come from behind, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yep. No longer can I handicap that Todd Golden cannot do in-game adjustments. He made me eat
Seriously.
those words.
well, did he
Twice.
do in-game adjustments or did
Listen. He has too many comeback wins for me to like really make that a strong argument now.
shut down Walter Clayton? But in the last 2 minutes, Walter Clayton had huge shots.
Yeah.
That brought Florida back to win.
Yep.
Yes.
A couple and ones, big three.
Like
Yeah.
early in the game, I was like, "What the hell are you doing? Stop trying
Yeah.
to shoot from 30 feet away and
Yeah.
just drive for a second."
Well,
Yep.
he cashes under for me in points. I was
I knew that.
excited at halftime.
What was that set at?
20.
20. Wow.
Wow.
Well,
What
'cause
was it?
I think he
Crazy.
averaged like 25 in the tournament, even with that poor game against Houston. I think he
Yeah, 'cause-
averaged over 20.
Had to have because he was back-to-back 30-point performances, I think.
It was 20.
Yeah.
I think it was like 24 point something.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
Good for him.
Oh.
Good for him though.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' take now? Because like as a Duke fan, and I mean I guess as Carolina and Texas, I don't know if like I don't follow other teams' recruits as often, but like a lot of push for hey, you got to change the way you recruit now. I think Bomani Jones, if his name still matters in sports talk stuff, but I think he used to be Around the Horn, which is canceled, right? But saying that they need to change the way that they recruit because 0 freshmen played a single minute in the national championship this year, which that to me blew my mind. But still, like I don't know, like I look at it this year, and then we were kind of talking pre-show. Is like Duke's going to have a brand new team again, is my guess, or at least the majority of their team. So I don't know. What do you guys have any takes on? Do you think teams like that should change, or hey, you got it. If you can get the best guys still, or what? Like,
I think if you can get the best guys, you still get them. I mean, Duke didn't win, but it was, in my opinion, it was more of a Duke loss than Houston beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking before we got on. We were talking off air. I'm with you, Trent. I actually think if it was Duke versus Florida, Duke wins by 10. I think Con Knuppel would have been able to do what he wanted against those Florida guards. I mean, Will Richard probably would have.
He's 6'6".
Yeah, I mean, Will Richard probably poses a little bit of a problem for him, just because of his athleticism. But I just, when I look at that Florida team, I don't know who's guarding Con, and then Cooper's a mismatch too, because if you put Condon on him, Condon's taller, but Cooper's going around him every time.
Yeah.
If you put Sammy Hogg on him, Sammy might stick with him, but then Cooper's going to just shoot over him. He's going to do some fadeaway or hook, and then Malawach, he had a terrible game against Houston. He had 6 points. All those 6 points came in the first 4 minutes of the game, and he had like 1 rebound or 2 rebounds? Like,
Zero.
Zero. Okay, 0 rebounds.
Yeah, he was distracted. He was distracted.
There's truth to that, Steve. If you're referring to what I'm thinking of too.
He
was all that.
He was distracted. He's 19 years old. It's not
18.
something 18. It's not something easy to hear hours before the game.
Yeah,
and you're
especially with mom
age,
there too. Yeah,
right. You're that age. It's your head's not in the game. But before we knew that, I was like, what the hell happened to this guy? 0 rebounds? Like, he's the tallest guy out there. Why can't he grab a board? But finding out what's happening, I think his head wasn't in the game. It was other places, and understandably so.
Yeah.
But why I think you still go after the best high school players you can is NIL. Yeah, in the NBA, if they go first round, they're going to make more than they're going to make in NIL. But it's, you're still making a significant amount of money in NIL, and maybe you make $2 or $3 million those first 2 years, and it's worth it to you to stay your sophomore year and earn $1 million or $2 million less instead of going into the draft just so you can get the national championship. Because now you're getting life-changing money and it's legitimate. It's no longer under the table, right? So like legitimate money, and you can, like, if you're smart enough with it, and I think Steve and I talked about this off air. If these kids who are smart enough with that money, even if you don't make it to the NBA or if you do and you get hurt in your first year, if you're smart enough with that NIL money, you're set for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, so I think you still recruit the best high school players you can in hopes that you can convince, to Duke's point, and we talked about this a little bit before we hopped on, like, if Shire can convince Knupel or Malawach to stay, right, one more year, and because I don't think Fly's going to stay, but that's also a UNC fan in me, is that
you hope not.
he doesn't.
Please.
See, now I was just gonna say, thankfully Cooper is an avid listener to the beer juice, but I was gonna say, hey, you hearing that, Coop? Like, he's telling you all the good things about coming back for one more year, now.
But even if they keep Malawach and you got the Booster twins coming in, that's like, what is everybody supposed
I forgot about that.
Like, you got the two Booster twins, and because I think what a lot of people forget is Flag came up here. He was supposed to be a senior this year.
Yes.
And part of the reason why he decommitted, I think, came from John, or not decommit, but part of the reason why he moved up his commitment period, I think, was on John Shire and Duke. I said, hey, I think they already had an agreement of, you're probably going to stay 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have you do this year, and then I get Boozer next year.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of having you the both years, like, I think I can win back-to-back titles with you 1 year and Boozer the next year. Now, obviously, that didn't pan out with Flag, but I think that's part of the reason why he committed a year early, was because, and also him and I can't remember which Boozer, but they were basically in all the high school rankings. They were flip-flopping their junior years. They were flip-flopping of who the best player was. So that's what a lot of people forget too, is that Boozer twin was arguably just as good as Cooper Flag, if not better, during that year. So, like, I think you convince Malawach, you convince Colin Knupel to stay, and you bring in the Boozer twins. Plus, they have some other good guys coming in too, and you never know who Shire is going to bring in from the transfer portal. That's a scary team. So I think you still go after the best guys you can, to the point of, also don't forget about the best guys that are going to enter in the transfer portal, right? You still want to go after the Donovan Dents, the Vasslers, those guys of the world. So the recruiting has changed a little bit, because you're not just looking at high school. You're trying to build the best team through high school and the NIL. It has changed a little, but I don't think and I know I'm going long-winded here, but if you aren't paying attention to the high school kids, I think you're missing out on something.
Yeah.
Personally. Yeah. But I'll leave it there. That was long-winded for me. I like it.
I agree.
When it comes to the recruiting landscape, at the end of the day, coaches are in a position where they have to win games. Mm-hmm. So as much as the good argument is, get these high school kids, develop them, see what happens. It's hard to be telling fans, like, hey guys, just give me 2 years with these guys and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Fans have expectations, especially at schools like Duke. Houston can get away with, we're going to take some time with 1 or 2 players and hit transfer portal and bring in these guys. That's why they were older. But schools like Duke, schools like UNC, you got to win. Like, your coach, UNC's coach is on his way out. And
if only.
And if he doesn't have a good season next year, he's done. He's definitely done. Like, I thought the writing was on the wall this year, but but then you have guys like Rick Pitino who do like they enjoy that part of developing players into becoming NBA players by their 3rd and 4th year. They enjoy that part. They like the growth that these guys do. And so that's where it's the balance, because you're going to have your Shaka Smarts who like to develop players and get them in the system. And then maybe he'll get the older guy to come into his system and play for 1 or 2 years. So it's just finding that right formula that works for particularly your school and the goals that you have.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes
it's a little different than football because football they're there for 3 years, so it's not necessarily they're going to be gone after this freshman year. And basketball is a different beast, but the only thing for transfer portal I think they need to fix, and I've seen this thrown out a lot, is from mid-major to, let's say, high major, the big four, big five, whatever you want to call it, or if it's big four for basketball, pretty much, or big five?
Big five for
ACC,
basketball.
yeah,
Five, because
ACC,
Big East, I guess.
Big
yeah.
East. Yeah.
So
Big worm.
big one. Maybe they deserve some compensation if they take a player from a mid major to a high major. Like maybe that's how that balance out. Maybe that slows down the movement so much from them bouncing. You know, unless it's a senior, like from freshman to junior year, you bounce and go to a high major, you know, $50,000 for this school for compensation. At least it goes into their NIL, so then they can recoup and try to get a player to their school.
I like that.
And feel, and it kind of sets that barrier. Also, you know, change the date when the portal opens. I think you fix a lot of
100%.
problems. You fix a lot of problems.
Yep.
So it's not chaotic. Because once it opens, guys are like, "Hey, by the way, I'm not playing. Sorry," and they're out, or they want to play, which is fine. I think I respect the player more if he goes, "I'm hitting the portal, but guys, I'm still here for this season. I'm just exploring my chances up front with all the guys he plays with. Has nothing. He doesn't have to say it to the media. He doesn't owe us that, or he doesn't owe anybody else that. But at least his boys in the locker room, like, hey, listen, I'm hitting the portal, but I'm not quitting on you guys. I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna play these games. I'm just exploring my options." They all kind of probably would understand that more than anything. So
yeah, I think I compared it the other week too with the portal stuff, with football, where you got bowl games now because we talked about the Crown a little bit, and there was some guys not playing. It didn't have the excitement that they were trying to make it, in my opinion. I mean, it was still college basketball, so I was still tuned in and watching the games. But
right. Hey, shout out Nebraska finally winning a game in a postseason tournament. Like I'm proud of those guys, man.
Nuts,
they
man.
can't do it in March Madness. So at least they did it for Crown, man.
Exactly, but I compared it to like the guys that sit out for like bowl games, and like that frustrated the shit out of me because I'm like, it kind of takes away from all the other college playoff games. But I mean, it does kind of, here, let's look at the playoff. And that's obviously where the money is, but it diminishes bowl games. It's diminished some of these other, tournaments and stuff too. But like, I agree, Steve, that they should stick it out. Like, don't just sit out. You know what I mean? Like, you made a commitment to the team, like, be with your team kind of thing. So,
right.
Yeah. I have yet to hear that idea of if you send a guy to, say, a power conference, you compensate that mid-major school. I like that a lot because there's enough money in the NCAA that they could throw that money at those schools.
Right.
I
just paid six figures.
And I'm also not on the board of like, NIL's ruining the game. I don't think that because I go back to what you said. Is look at Toppin coming back. Like there's no way I thought he was coming back. But once again, now he was New Mexico, Texas Tech. Now he's going to come back to Texas Tech again for one more year from what I'm seeing. It's like he's able to make, depending on where he was going to get drafted, which I would have still thought he was he, don't you guys think he might have been lottery?
Yeah, I think he would have made more money in the NBA because I think he'd be in lottery, but he's going to make, I think they reported, $4 million for his NIL deal next year.
So it's like, I look at it and just like that's where I like it. Now, some would say, yeah, but that's why we didn't have any madness, any upsets, any Cinderellas. I'm like, I get that, and I don't think that's going to be always. You're still going to get some teams to upset some teams in the future. This year, it worked out to be pretty chalky, but I also sit back and say that was an awesome Final Four. Like I'm cool with. I was cool with the Elite Eight. I was cool everywhere. I'm never disappointed with the tournament, to be honest with you. I think it's still good. And I'm on the board of these coaches can do whatever the hell they want to, whether it be get money or chase a better job for future. So I'm not against the kids getting to do it too. So
There's one thing that upsets me about the transfer portal, and it's not even what JT did, is guys like
AJ Store.
AJ Store. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That is what gives it a bad like he is the negative side of transfer portal. Who goes? He's going to his fourth team now in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you were at St. John's, then you were at what? Wisconsin, and then
Kansas,
and now you're searching for a fourth team.
Yeah,
and you are the one. Like, those are the type of players I'm like, yo, man, like, you're making it look bad because you give the strength of the argument. They're like, all these players have no loyalty. They're just jumping around. Like, yes, he is. He is literally chasing a check. He wasn't even that good for Kansas this year.
Right.
Yeah.
And now he's bouncing. And like, dude, you went to Kansas, and I hate Kansas, but I know how good of a coach Bill Self is.
Oh yeah.
If I have a kid and he's like, hey, Dad, like, Kansas is talking to me, I'm thinking about transferring. Like, you know, I hate him, but I mean, granted, Bill Self will probably be gone. But let's say Bill Self is there hypothetically. You're not like, that's a great opportunity. He's gonna make you a better player.
Absolutely. Like, and probably a championship at some point.
Right. Yeah. Like, he'll make you Rick Pitino. He'll make you a better player. Why are you leaving these guys? Because you got mad, because you got benched, because you were playing like garbage. You don't get entitled to minutes, regardless of how much money you're making.
Right.
So
yeah. And that's what I worry about. Some of the stuff is some of the guys I do feel like they are entitled or feel entitled because of that. It's like, well, I'm making this amount, and it's like, you know, that's a slippery slope thing. I mean, there's no cap at all.
Right.
So it's like I joked with these guys. I said I didn't play a whole lot in college, right? But I can guarantee you that I would have marketed the shit out of myself from a standpoint to be like, you know, hell, I'll carry the boombox as a player. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I would.
Where'd you play again?
Duquesne, out in Pittsburgh.
Okay, so like, yeah, man, you could have been at the Pimenti Bros, sitting there like handing out. You know what I mean? Like, walk, like, you could do whatever. Yeah. Like I'm saying, man, like.
Steve, he would have had some TikToks out there talking about dinosaurs being fake and being the moon during
they would eat him up, though, bro.
Oh, 100% they would have.
Tyler Baker would be the man, like, yo, man, I'm just telling you guys, dinosaurs never existed. They're lying to you. It's a lie from Big Oil, from Big Oil trying to tell you, and it just they're trying to control it, you know. But still, it's just that's what makes it look bad for the transfer portal. It's like, understand if your coach gets fired or leaves, bounce. I understand if you're not happy there and you've given it 2 years and you're like, you know what, man, this is not a good fit. I'll bounce. But school to school to school, you're on your fourth school. And God forbid, he might just go, you know what, man, like, I might need a fifth year. And then, like, he becomes a graduate transfer.
He could be Hunter Dickerson.
That's I don't want anyone. No, don't get started on that bum.
There is one other unique story, which is, I think it's Michi Johnson, Ohio State. He's going, so he went Ohio State, South Carolina, back to Ohio State, and now he's going back to South Carolina. Like, that's unique. I'm waiting to see, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I know it happened with the Auburn, Alabama, but are you ever going to see a Duke Carolina transfer? Like, that's going to be. I don't think it can happen.
I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but it wouldn't surprise me where NIL, because NIL is going to be around forever now. It wouldn't surprise me, 10 years down the road, some kid decides to do that.
But wait, breaking news, Ian Jackson just transferred. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. I mean, he's still open. He's still, if John Shire likes him, we'll see.
That would make that rivalry even better.
That year would be great.
And it would I think it would get a little violent.
Yeah,
I think it could make those games a little ugly.
I don't
You mean
condone
like
violence,
elbow to the
but
nose?
I'm gonna tune in.
exactly.
The only one I know of recently was Nick Clifford because he started at Colorado and then he went to Colorado State. But
Ooh,
Okay.
that is.
Yeah,
I guess Texas, and Texas A&M would be a pretty big one, right? Or do you think it'd be bigger with Oklahoma, Texas, right?
I mean, we've already had that in football, but it depends, man. If the kid was like really good for either one of these teams, and he's like the starting cornerback, and then like, you know what, Oklahoma, I'm out. I'm going to go play at Texas. Oh, bro, like even I would have to sit back and be like, yo, man, like I can't defend you because they go at you, man. Like because I would be them talking trash about you if you made the same switch. So good luck to them.
That could be like an AJ Store thing, right? Like Texas decides or Duke decides to offer this kid $5 million, and UNC or Oklahoma can only offer $2 million.
Yep.
They're taking the $5 million, right?
Right. It's
true.
That's just man, that is weird. That is weird, but
I mean that's why Carson Beck stayed, right? To be with his girlfriend and make $5 million in Miami instead of going to the NFL and only make
and then they broke up.
Now, but it was when he did it. It was
cheated and what?
Something else is in that water down in Miami, boys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
You get there,
he's an idiot.
They ain't Georgia girls. I'll tell you that much. It's like, oh boy.
Oh
man. All right.
Well,
anything else basketball wise?
No. That's it for me. I did my old man rant about the transfer portal. Love doing that.
All right. We want to shift to baseball quick. Just kind of, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to get into a ton of details and stuff with baseball because, like Kev, you and I were talking about, it's a long ass season. Kev, can you use that? Do you remember it now?
I can, yeah.
Okay, go ahead because I loved it.
So, baseball, there's 162 games. The saying goes, you're going to win 54, you're going to lose 54. It's what you do with the other 54.
Ooh.
Right?
So, yeah, that makes sense.
That's some knowledge, man.
We were talking like when we were on the Gold Ticket Show together. You know, we were the first week. We're like, oh, the White Sox, they're doing so well. They won 2 out of the first games. Have they won a game since? I think I was the only voice of reason on that.
I think I agreed with you though. I agreed with you.
I mean, you guys. The question was, out of what was it? Was it the Rockies and the White Sox? Who's losing 100 games?
Yeah, they both are. Yes. I think most of us said that too. But
man, I said the Rockies might do it. I don't know. I might have to recant on that one, man. I might have to recant on that one. But if Don ends up listening to this, the Angels are in second place. Mike Trout is the truth. You can kiss my ass because I am a Mike Trout truther till I die. We're in right field. He's cracking home runs. I told you what I say, just warming up the engine. And as soon as I said that, hit his first home run. Then he's got 2. Then he got a third.
Supposedly, Mike Trout's great grandfather was one of the first discoverers of dinosaurs. I'm just kidding.
The big bone industry. Look at that. Just trying to just set it up.
Steve, I will admit, especially last year, I was quite often the Mike Trout hater on here because I think he's done. I just think he's. Listen, the only reason, don't get me wrong, I think he's incredible talent, but he just your best ability is availability, and how many years now straight is he just never available for a full year? So I'm off. I think as soon as he gets some sort of stupid little injury, especially if it's soft tissue this year, I call bullshit. Like if he gets a soft tissue injury once they're way out of any sort of race at all, I just think he quits. He needs to just go to the Phillies, go home to his hometown favorite team, and just finish it. And I'm not a Phillies fan, don't get me wrong, but I'm done. I look at it as like the old McCaffrey miracle cure, although he was hurt this past year. He went from the Panthers, where he's always hurt, to the Niners, where all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, this guy's incredible again. And it's winning. Winning is a great cure for injury. So I just think he has to leave. That's a dying franchise there.
I mean, he's loyal, man. Have you seen his wife? That man's loyal.
I don't. Does that mean it's not?
Don't
Not very-
just don't even don't dive deep into it. Just say, yeah, he's a loyal man. All right.
I
Have
can
you
see him.
seen
I
his
can see
wife?
him
He's
going.
loyal.
If he has a good year, I can see the Angels maybe trading him. And
Hey, anybody listening is probably Googling right now. Well, Trout's
Oh,
wife.
for sure. Mike Trout.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know what I mean? Just something for your listeners. Something for the
Yeah.
the loyal listeners of the podcast. Don't Google that. Just don't. Just take my word for it. Just take my
Don't.
word for it. Mike Trout is loyal to a fault, and listen, mentally he'll be right this season. He got hit at his first at bat when the season started, and he was able to shake that off and continue playing. And then he still was on that cold streak, and then he was like, you know what? I got hit with the ball. I'm still out here. I'm still healthy. I'm still playing consecutive games, and then there it is. He's hitting home runs, getting on base.
I
He'll
hope
be
for baseball's sake. I hope. Yeah.
I mean, we don't. And then we got the Yankees over there. They lose their starting pitcher, and an article pops up this past weekend because I was talking to a coworker of mine. I was like, he's a big Yankees guy, and I'm like, F you guys, because you're gonna pull some. I'm like, you're gonna get Sandy. He's like, no, we're not. They would never do that. Article
Oh,
pops up
gosh.
this weekend. Yankees are leaning towards going after Sandy Alcantara. I can't right? Like you see that they're like, yeah, we might trade, a couple sticks of gum, our washing machine, and
a torpedo bat.
right, and we'll give you some farm guys, but other than that, there we go. Give us Sandy, and then A Rod's gonna just agree to it because it's A Rod, and the Mariners just are a feeder team anyways for the Yankees. So
I feel like one of you guys told me that the Orioles were going to get him, and I've been sitting here believing that, and now hearing that news just makes me want to throw up.
That's the only thing I have to add on baseball is I think Orioles need to make a move for a starter because now Eflin's out, probably our best pitcher, who's not even. I don't know. I just think he's seen his best days already. But I think you gotta make a move, or I'm just done with Brandon Hyde at this point. Like some of the things he does, I know it's early and you're trying different combinations and shit, but it's like, I'm sorry. One, if the ownership doesn't, if I don't see some sort of breaking news about Gunnar Henderson or Adley Rutschman getting some awesome contract here soon, I'm just gonna say, well, we were fooled. We thought we were gonna move forward and not be a farm team for these other cities, these major teams, but what the hell? Like, what the hell are we doing not paying Gunnar and paying Adley here soon? We need to soon.
I mean,
Yes, I say we.
Vlad got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who didn't the Red Sox sign?
Garrett Crochet.
Garrett. Yeah, Garrett.
Yep.
Yeah, they're in
in
contract
trouble.
early this year. Like they're just getting it out the way right now.
Yeah.
I hope that Trent. I hope that happens. I mean, I hope they make a move for something. I mean, you can't have the same Yankees Dodgers World Series. Like I want to see some.
Unfortunately, that's kind of the way baseball goes because at the end of the day, they have a soft cap. So,
right.
And those owners are willing to pay the tax because they're going to make more money in the long run by going to a World Series every year.
Yeah, wait till Paul Skeens pitching for the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'll be honest with you. That's my prediction: is that Orioles going to get Skeens.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
You got $100 bazillion dollars just sitting around over there.
Yeah, I think Rubenstein does. I think he does.
Could you imagine that they get Skeens, they pay him, and then like Adley is sitting there, Gunner's sitting there like, excuse me, like.
That's where but you know what? Like that's the mentality I have right now with how fucked up the pitching's been for them. This guy's hurt. This guy's hurt. All right, now he's hurt. He's 60-day IL. Like at this point, I'm like, just go get somebody that is just an absolute stud, like just an absolute
Mr.
stud, and
Chance.
that's
Mr. Chance with
I know, dude.
crochet
I mean, there
or
was
whatever.
how many pitchers moved last offseason? You know what I mean? I'm like, in same teams got everybody. It's like, what the hell are we doing? But I don't know. Or real quick, it's if you're a Braves fan, are you sounding the alarm at 2-9 right now?
No.
2-9. That means they lost, didn't they? Son of a.
They did. Yep,
4-3.
Yo, this competition's kicking my ass, man. With Don, and I like the thing about it is I'm winning, but we're both negative. Like
Really?
that's what's crazy about this right now.
Baseball's tough, man. That's tough.
And I don't know if you guys know the rules that we have with it. We can't repeat teams.
Right.
Oh,
So that makes it even tougher. So I'm sitting here like, all right, who's plus money? Like I took the Angels today, first 5 plus they're plus 140. I said, you know what? I'm gonna throw it to the wind. Then they end up losing the game full 3-4. I'm like, God, like, yeah, baseball's tough. Baseball
we had the Reds full game. They were up like 6-0. I ended up losing 8-6. That was like plus 120
in extras.
Yeah. It's like
extra innings will definitely get you. They'll get you.
Goes back to Kev, your thing about freaking bullpens, man. It's like these teams don't have bullpens that can finish games.
Yeah,
It's like holy shit.
Yeah, you have to have a good bullpen now because as we were talking before, like these pitchers only go 5, 6, occasionally 7 innings. So if you don't have a good bullpen, you better hope that your offense is better than their offense because otherwise you're not winning.
Yeah,
that is true. That's why typically I am on like the first 5 type bets.
Yeah,
because you at least know what you're getting. You know, you have to know.
To your point with first 5 and our team, the Nationals, like they've been one of the hottest first 5 teams this year, even though they're 5-7, because their starting pitch has been great, but then their bullpen sucks. Finnegan's been all right as the closer. He's got 4 saves, but the problem is we just haven't been able to get to him.
Yeah, exactly. That's the hardest part. Yep.
Yeah, the other guys are giving up 5, 6 runs in these 3 innings, as opposed, it's.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on a long-winded down a rabbit hole again. These pitchers need to step up and man up, but it's just the way baseball is now. It's the analytics. It's we want to keep these guys as long as possible, as healthy as possible,
and
so we're going to pamper them so that way they can pitch in the playoffs.
And I'll tell you what, as a K-prop guy, that is my baseball bet. The thing that I'm finding now, I mean, it's in the past, it's like, hey, over, especially early until teams kind of catch up. But the way that some of these pitchers are pitching, like Kev, I told you before we came on, Peralta, 80 pitches, you know, and misses by the hook, and they pulled him just because it was 5 innings. You know, there's another, who was it? It might have been like Robbie Ray or somebody the other day.
Yeah, for the Giants, I think he did.
Yeah, like they pulled him, or I'm like, what the hell are we doing here? You know, it's so now I'm like, okay, well, you're getting capped at like 6.5, probably gonna take your under. Obviously depending. There's probably a couple pitches that I would say I'd go definitely take the over on them.
Yeah, but
like for the most part, I mean, shit. Right now, I would say a guy to keep an eye on the over. Now he's going to start to get over capped here soon, but he's been 6.5 his first 3 starts. Is Hunter Green. He's been capped at 6.5 first 3, and he's went 8, 8, and 7. So, but again, Hunter Green started out like that last year, and all of a sudden, then he, started really going under. I mean, it also goes to the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've been doing well with Framber Valdez from the Astros, Joe Ryan from Twins, and Mitch Keller from the Pirates. I've been doing well with. And my guy, I like to call him Brandon Fat, but Fott from the Diamondbacks. I've hit him now all 3 of his starts. I've taken him under 5.5 each time, and he's 4, 4, and 3. So, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Baseball, I know it's always difficult, especially early, but like, I don't know. I feel like you can usually catch a couple breaks early. Right now, I feel like, geez, I'm ready for a break.
It's getting to that tipping point of the data side where you're getting more information now. so you're able to kind of assess a little bit better. And we're seeing which bullpens are garbage and who we can attack and who has a chance that, you know, we can pull a full game win off of.
Yeah.
So bets are going to get better. It's just this is right now is just kind of because right at the beginning of the season, you're kind of going off of last year's performance, how they pitched against this team historically. Then you're kind of seeing now it's like, okay, I know, like the other day, Sonny Gray, great spot he was in. They pulled him early after like 70 pitches. And it was like, oh, thanks. Like, you know what I mean? Like I needed six strikeouts, guys. Did you not know that?
Right.
I don't. You might want to like post that early in the day. You know, hey, we're gonna pull them early. You know, hey,
The worst so far for me has been, and I can't remember the pitchers right now, but they like get a strikeout or two in the first inning, and then they don't get one for innings 2, 3, and 4, and then they get another 2 in the 5, and I'm like, all right, just come out for the 6, just come out for the 6, and then
please.
I'm like, God damn it, why did you have to go to the bullpen?
I sweat sometimes watching the games for the camera to like pan to the bullpen. And also if there's a guy throwing in the 5th, I'm like, fuck, that's it.
Wait, what are you doing?
It's like, sit down.
We're gonna have to figure out the phone numbers for some of these bullpens. Like, no. Tell them just sit them down. No. Just one more inning.
We need the Buffalo Wild Wings buzzer to be able
yes.
They cannot open the bullpen door at all. It's stuck for some reason.
A reliever has been hitting the neck with a tranquilizer dart.
Yeah. Oh man.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else baseball? Are you guys ready to go Masters stuff?
We can go. I think we can go Masters. I
Yeah,
mean, game
let's
lines
go.
for tomorrow aren't out yet. I don't see them. It's. I think tomorrow or was today a getaway day or tomorrow? No, tomorrow. Tomorrow new series start. So
Tomorrow's
early ones at 1:00.
So we're on to, if you guys hear any sniffling during this Thursday to Sunday, that's probably Jim Nance crying about his Houston Cougar. Sorry. So just a heads up. But let's talk about the granddaddy of them all, right? Is that the old line?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Ty, you want to explain what we got here tonight, picks wise, and what we're doing, or?
Why don't you explain it? Because you did that. You explained it well.
Okay. So like what we typically do is we pick a winner of the tournament outright, and we pick a top 5 finisher, a top 10 finisher, and then we like to do like a long shot winner. Typically for a long shot, we argue over these odds all the time, but we decided on again for plus 3,000 or longer to win it. So now typically like within my 4 picks, I'm not going to repeat anybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to say, well, I think he's going to get this and this. You pick 4 different golfers. If that makes sense.
I can't pick my winner to finish in the top 5.
No. See, that's I know. I teach high school, so sometimes I have to add more clarification than you think sometimes. But and then what we're trying to do this year.
Kev, I'm pretty sure he just scolded you as his teacher voice.
No, I did not.
He did. He like, Kev.
Listen, hey guys,
raise your hand.
I'll wait. No, but then what we wanted to do this year to kind of keep this like a little bit more, don't get me wrong, I love betting baseball and I love betting golf, so it's like some would call it a little bit of the downtime, no football, no basketball, college basketball that is. But we wanted to kind of do somewhat of a suicide pool where you were going to pick.
Can't say that.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Whatever you would call it. Anyway, Jesus.
We don't condone suicide here. We're just saying this suicide
What do you call it? What do you call it?
I'm trying.
Listen,
I'm kidding.
we're
Just
not-
call it
we're
a
not-
it was a joke. He's
God.
God. He's so flustered.
I mean, he did catch. He caught me off guard too. I was like, he's right. Like I don't know. We
Yeah,
can't even run
yeah.
those on. Can't even call those on the basketball court for practice. Like
Yeah.
what do up downs or whatever they call them. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Trent.
So your winner and your long shot winners. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep track of where they actually place, and you can only I'm just gonna throw out an example. If I pick, say, John Rahm as my winner this week, my regular winner, and then my long shot is, I don't know, Corey Connors. I can no longer pick those as my winner or long shot winner in the future for the Masters or the next major. I'm sorry. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like if you pick a football team to win that week, you can't pick them again. Kind of like what you said you're doing, Steve, with the baseball deal.
Okay.
But now what we'll do is we'll add up their place scores, and then after all the majors are done, we'll look to see who has the lowest combined score. So like if you get a first place and you picked it right, that's huge, right? You only get one point towards it. And just like golf, low score will win. Is that clear enough for us?
Just to clarify, we're only counting the winner and surprise winner. So like you can pick them again for your top 5, top 10, just because that's just, for fun stuff, for betting stuff.
Yeah.
But the poll itself will just count for the winner and surprise winner. Those will be the ones that you get points for.
Yeah. So if I want to pick John Rahm as a top 10 the next major, I could, right? Is that what you're saying? If I picked him as my winner, I could pick him as my top 10 the next week, as long as I don't pick him as a winner.
Correct.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
And hey, do you want to even do this too, where if you pick him as a surprise winner, can you pick him as just a winner, or vice versa? No. Okay, so winner, surprise winners, those two are gone once you pick them.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's do it. I'll record all this stuff and send it out for us.
Do we need to give any background on the court? Anybody have anything to add before we jump in about Augusta or the Masters or anything? We want to go right into it.
I heard Angel Cabrera is going to be playing.
Yeah,
he's coming off a stint in jail.
Yeah.
I was curious of why he went to jail. I thought it was like, oh, he probably he's avoiding taxes. They busted him. No, this dude's a maniac. So it's not one, but two different females. Okay, stalking.
Whoa.
And and I think it might be low key assault. This dude's a nutcase. I said, I thought it was like white collar crime, a little insider trading, something. He's a PGA golfer. I wasn't expecting anything crazy, but it was like, stalking and it's.
Wow.
He was arrested in Rio. Let me read this real quick. Yeah, it's a second assault conviction. Okay, so it's assault, the stalking, and finally he is released, so he'll be there. He did win, so he get an invitation. He'll be back, but it's like that's the only little fun fact I have for the Masters for you guys.
All right.
Yeah. So that's my long shot. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
There you go. And he'll be going to like the 9th green with a cigarette in his mouth, getting ready to cut. He was always smoking while playing. Kind of like what's his name? The guy that's sponsored by like Hooters and all that. I can't think of his name. John Day. There it is.
Yeah. So I got a couple for the listeners to help them. First off, there's only been 3 first-time winners. So if this is their first Masters, don't pick them. 2 out of the 3 first-time winners were the very first one.
Wow.
And the second one. The only other time it happened was in 1979.
Wow.
So if it's their first time participating in the Masters, do not bet on them.
That was Fuzzy Zoller, correct? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
Fuzzy, yeah.
Fuzzy. Who the hell names a kid Fuzzy?
So they're not. You can pick them, I guess, top 5 or top 10, but they're not going to win.
Okay. Don't pick it. But like top 5 and top 10 is still legit spots.
Yeah, still potential there, but they're not.
No, when you say real quick, when you say first time winner, but that's like their first time ever playing in this
playing
tournament.
in the
correct?
tournament, correct?
Okay. Yeah, it has to be. I'm an
If
idiot.
this year is the first time they played the Masters, they are not going to win.
Okay,
More than like 99.9% because it's only happened 3 times.
that's good to know. Good to know.
Now these
All
are
Right.
kind of the ones that people should be paying more attention to and going down the golfers. I'm going to just list these 4 off really quick. So 45 out of the last 45 winners have played in at least one previous Masters tournament. So that goes back to my, no new timer is going to win. All right. 26 of the last 27 winners have made the cut at the Masters the year before. So if they didn't make the cut last year, probably not going to win it this year.
Okay.
25 of the last 27 winners have finished in the top 30 or better in the previous Masters. So again, those two are kind of look at how they did last year. A, did they make the cut? B, did they finish top 30? And then the last one I have is 21 of the last 26 have played in at least 3 previous Masters.
Well, God damn it, Kev! Why didn't you send these out to us before I placed my bets? Damn it! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, bro. That's kind of it's kind of messed up.
I got a couple now. Kev, I mean those that's a wide range, a lot bigger than what the range I found here. So 11 of the last 12 winners have finished top 30 in at least one of their last 2 starts heading into the Masters.
Yeah, they're leading up. Yeah, I have that one too.
Right. Okay. 11 of 12 finished top 6 in a major in one of the previous 2 years. 8 of 11 finished top 12 in a stroke play event one of the last 2 months. 11 of 13 winners have won a tournament in the last 6 starts, and then 12 of 13 winners have finished in the top 15 in previous year's majors. So I think some of them were crossovers, but that was when I was researching stuff, that actually narrowed it down to 7 players just from that list that I just read off. So I definitely use that to use some research here, but I don't know, man. Golf, sometimes it's like who's hot, who's not. You know what I mean?
I'm
It's
going
like
straight vibes, dog. Straight vibes.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, golf is
Where the quarter's
probably
at
the hardest
today,
sport to bet on.
ready
Like,
to go.
because they can come out on fire and have. I mean, we've seen it in majors before where they are leading after 3 rounds and then all of a sudden they shoot an 85 in the 4th round. It's like
who was it? Was it Rory that blew it? A couple years ago.
Yeah, Rory's blown it a couple times.
Yeah.
The Masters is the only major I think that eludes him, but he's playing well coming into this tournament. He's technically the hottest golfer right now. So
let's do it.
Hold on, real quick. There is one more piece of breaking news. Scotty Scheffler's caddy. All right, sorry, not Scotty Scheffler. Cabrera's caddy. His name is Detective Brian Gillis.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding. That's the guy that arrested Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Oh. I would not have known that detective. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, don't worry.
Hey,
I didn't know it.
You think Fuzzy's a weird name? Who the hell did he get detective?
I got the bit from the detective, but I didn't know. I was like, who the fuck's Brian Gillis? Why?
Bro, I was like, detective.
Oh, dude, I was deep in the internet. There. I was.
Jeez.
Oh, hey, don't Google it. Just trust it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Don't go to Google, man. Just trust me. Trust me, bro.
Right.
What do we want to start with? We want to go like top 10, top 5, or winners, or we just start with winners, man? What do we do? I don't know.
No, let's
I
say
like
the
top
winners
10.
last.
Yeah,
Good.
I like top 10, top 5.
All right. You guys want to start us off? Steve or Kev, top 10. Who you got?
I'll let Kev go because he's actually good at golf. Times we play together, I get laughed off the court by old men, so it's cool. They love watching me from the clubhouse.
Last time
So
we golfed,
the two that I'm leaning towards, and I haven't bet yet. First one is Robert McIntyre, Scottish lefty. This is his third Masters. He's played the last two. His first one he finished 12th. Second one last year he finished 23rd. He's somewhat hot. His last two PGA starts finished 9th and 11th. He doesn't have a win currently, but for this year, but he's playing well. Like I said, 9th and 11th in his two starts leading up to this tournament, and he fits kind of my criteria of more than one Masters start. So he's one I'm leaning towards as far as top 10. The other one is kind of a player I'm drawn to. I kind of like his social media antics. I think he's good for golf. That's Min Woo Lee. This is his fourth Masters. First one he finished 14th. Second one he missed the cut. Last year he finished 22nd. He, however, though, is coming off a win. I can't remember where now. I think the Houston Open, coming into Augusta. So he had a win. He finished 20th, and then he had a missed cut. So he's kind of hot as well. But those are the two guys that I like for top 10. Currently, I using DraftKings right now. McIntyre sitting at plus 360 for top 10. Min Woo Lee's sitting at plus 400.
Okay. Good juice there.
I'll put McIntyre there on your list. If you change or something, just let me know.
Yeah, I think McIntyre is kind of the one I would pick out of those two.
Okay.
Well, I'm good with that.
Steve, who you got?
So for top 10, I was looking at Sergio Garcia. He's been playing well on the Live Tour. He's won the Masters before. He's plus 600 on Bet ESPN. It's one of the spots I was looking at for my research. So, I was trying to follow some Live golf, but it's just I'm a traditional guy. We don't do Live. That sounds like a smart golf thing to say, right? I'm trying to fake the fact here. And then it seems like a really popular player that people are throwing out there is Sepp Straka.
Yep.
I've seen his name pop up a lot. A lot of people are looking at, but finishing the top 10 is plus 525. I like that. I'm definitely going to be betting on him to finish in the top 20. Definitely looking at that one, but those are my two top. I'm going to go for some long shots. Pulling up DraftKings real quick. I mean, some close to the top, good top 10 players you can look at too is Xander. You can look at Justin Thomas. Colin is plus 130. So I mean, if you're trying to put a little parlay together, those are plus money guys. He's third odds, sitting there behind Rory and Scotty. So something to look at there if you're building like a parlay or something like that. So, but top 20 is, I think, we're going to be my parlay pieces. But yeah, those are my two picks.
You want me to put Sepp, or you want me to put Garcia down for your? For a board
everyone's
pick?
on Sepp, so put Sergio.
Okay. Trey gave me his picks since he couldn't be here. Trey is on Min Woo Lee, which when you said, I was like, oh, there you go. It's on the same page.
I'm gonna take mine back. I'm on Min Woo Lee. I'm just joking.
Trey's the golf guy for us too. He's like one. I think I said in the text, he golfs not in terms of betting, and I'm talking just he golfs more than a retired man. Like, yeah. So I would just say that about him. But we did real early on when we first started our podcast, he gave a very enlightening segment on strokes gained. So I actually might have fell asleep during it. I'm pretty sure, but
dude, we still dog on that because he got so detailed, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
I think
it's an important thing.
I think I had to text Tyler and be like, dude, he's got to wrap this up. I'm so bored right now. But
I actually have those stats if you want them for the Masters.
in my research, I'm like, I had to Google it again. Of like, what does this mean again? Because I did not pay attention to Trey that time. I'm like, damn it, Trey, it's coming back to bite me.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm lost too when I even read the articles. What do you mean? Everyone should hit the ball hard. You mean this guy hits the ball hard? They're professional.
I've been playing golf since I was 7, and strokes gained is still, I don't fully understand it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And that's and a guy that can't golf, like I'm just not good, so I just don't. And yeah, anybody asks me to golf, Steve, I'm like, anybody got any clubs I can borrow? Like that's how I am.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just like, yeah, Tyler, I'll pick up some cigars and beers. I'll be there, man. Like that's it. That's it.
Yep, exactly.
But Tyler's a guy. Tyler will lose 5 balls in the first hole, and you'll be like, hey, Tyler, what'd you get? Mark me down for like a 4. Yeah, I think I got a 4.
That's not true.
Dude, you got a lower score than how many balls you actually played this hole. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
true.
All right,
but,
so me and Tyler are going to be scramble partners.
Yeah,
exactly. You're like, oh, where'd Steve and Tyler go? Oh, they're just crushing beers in the woods.
Exactly. Just getting hammered. Walk around. What is a 6? We're over. Plus 1. Yeah.
Field marshal comes out. These 2 guys belong to anybody?
Oh, that black guy was pissing in the woods, man. You gotta tell your friend to stop.
Oh shit!
I got top 10. Yeah, top 10. Mine's not as like far fetched or anything, but I looked at style of play for this and his approach, and I got Joaquin Neiman for odds are plus 250. Has not won a major yet, but one thing that stuck out to me was with expected soft playing conditions. He's a low trajectory type guy and can hit the ball pretty far, not just hard, but far too, Steve. Which can be a distance at Augusta. It's favorable there. Pretty big fairways. So that was my lean, and I think he could make a push to, like I said, top 10. But I think he might be a sleeper too. Not my sleeper pick, but potential.
Don't have a lot to say besides I kind of rattled off all my data, and I told you there were 7 golfers that kind of fit that criteria of things. So I kind of just looked at odds of things. So I am going with Russell Henley to be my top 10 finisher, and I believe he is 7. I'm using DraftKings too. He is top 10 plus 300. So not too big, but a little something.
It is tricky with golf. Is like I go back and forth through all 4 books that I use to see like you can sell. Like DraftKings has been the best, but lately Fanatics now has gotten better. You get some more juice on Fanatics. Just a heads up. I don't know if you guys use that or not.
I mean, it's always smart to shop around, no matter what you're betting.
Yeah, and just takes a long time. I feel like, and I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Fanatics banned me.
One of them was like really.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why. I didn't win that much.
My sleeper pick, I'll just say right now, from one book to the other, it was a 1,500 difference, I believe it was.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell's the deal? Is something happening or what? Like, but yeah.
All right, let's go top 5. Kev, we got.
So the one I'll pick for this will be Cameron Smith. He's a very good putter. He's had success here before. He has 3 top 5 finishes at the Masters. Almost finished top 5 last year. He finished 6th. He's on the Live Tour, so it's kind of hard to get a feel for exactly how well he's currently playing because they don't play in as tough as conditions as the PGA guys do. But He is playing pretty well on the Live Tour right now. Like I said, though, he can putt very well. He has the experience where he, like I said, he's had 3 top 5 finishes and 5 top 10. So he's the guy I'll pick. But the other guy I bet is kind of just your chalk is Scheffler. I think Scheffler comes top 5 again. But give me Cameron Smith for our picks we're making.
See the one with the good little dirty blonde stash, right? Yeah.
He's Aussie too.
Yep, I got you.
Wait,
He's a guy
was he the one during the press conference when the reporter asked him something about the penny dropped?
I don't know. I didn't see that one. The only press conference
I wish I could play a clip. Let me see. Hold on.
The only press conference I saw clips of was Brooks Koepka. I love him.
Oh, I do too. He's actually my favorite golfer.
Yeah, a reporter asked him, like, with the soft conditions, any chance you can shoot 59? And he goes, "Have you ever played this course?" And the reporter goes, "No." He goes, "Oh, that makes sense that you asked that question then."
That's awesome.
See, I like him because he is so prototypical golfer. Like he's very raw, like that.
Yeah,
like that comment.
Yes, yeah. He's no BS. He's going to say what he's feeling and what's in his head.
Yeah,
he doesn't care who he offends or what he says.
I love it. And he's going to have a big old chunk of chew in his lip while he golfs it too.
Now, he also has the game to back it up too. So
he does.
All right, Steve, who you got top 5?
Top 5. So you got to do different from my overall winner. So top 5, I'll go. Let's get some EV here. Let's get some.
Cam Smith was plus 1,000, by the way. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. But
really, for top 10?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
I like that. Cam Smith, I'm telling you, Cam Smith's a guy I feel like I usually put on my boards.
Where'd you see?
I'll tell you.
What book did you see that at?
Well, it's actually come down now because I'm looking at it because I used DraftKings to bet it earlier. It's actually down to plus 800. So I moved the books, guys. I moved it.
Down. Right. I like that. I'm gonna take that one. I'm just putting it on my list here. I see plus 900 on ESPN bet. But let's go. Let's go Xander. I think Xander did me good last year. We'll go Xander.
He did have a solid year last year, that's for sure.
All right, Trey's top 5 is Justin Thomas.
All right.
New caddy, right? Max Homa's caddy this time around.
Is it? I know because I know Max Homa's caddy left him because Max Homa's playing like shit.
Yeah, Max Homa, his caddy is now Justin Thomas's caddy.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Actually, I actually placed my. I don't know if you if you bet to make the cut on DraftKings, you get like an automatic. Whatever you bet, you get in return.
Yeah.
I bet Max Homa. I was like, you know what? Because it has to be at least plus 100 or more.
Right.
Which I hate when they put those limits on it. It's like I'm still like wagering, but but yeah, that was my use of that special. But I'm gonna go. Am I up? I am up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty chalky here with the top 5 probably, but I'm going Bryson DeChambeau. Kind of theme here is chicks dig the long ball, So, but yeah, he's one that we talk about Brooks. I actually hated Bryson for a while, but he's totally like turned on me where I enjoy watching him golf. I think he's hilarious. So that's not why I picked him, but it is once again the whole idea of big fairways, hitting a good long ball, which obviously he does, can be beneficial at the course. So I think his name, one of the big time names, I think he's going to be up there.
Okay. I told you guys, I used pretty much one stat. I'm going Tyrell Hatton is my top 5. And that is plus 750 odds on DraftKings.
Sorry, mine was plus 350, by the way. Sorry.
It's a little fun because I usually feel like I am super chalky because, again, not the biggest golf guy. But, like, looking at my board and who I picked this time, like, I'm not 100% familiar. I'm, like, actually using data. Like, usually I'm just like, yeah, I like this guy's name, like, straight vibes. And it's like, right now I'm like, this makes me uncomfortable. But, like,
guys, I could guarantee one of Tyler's next picks is going to be Corey Connors, guaranteed, because every damn round every major for the past 2 years he has picked. Oh, I'm going to go Corey Connors. I'm like, oh, again, huh? Okay, you really like this Corey Connors guy? Every year,
never picked him.
Yes, you did. You're full of it.
Plus 6,000.
Is that what he is?
Well, long shot. There he is. Wait for it. Look, he's probably so pissed right now. I just stole the surprise of his long shot.
When I said plus 6,000, his eye twinkled. It's like, hey,
yeah, he's sprinkling.
He's
sprinkling on it. Yeah,
I did almost make it my top 10. I think. All right. So now we're getting into the actual elimination one. So once you pick the winner and your surprise winner, these are the only times you can pick these in the majors. So, Kev, start us off with your winner. We'll save surprise winner for last.
Okay. So my winner. All right. This is where I struggle. There's 2 guys I really like as far as just their personalities and their style of play, and that's Colin Morikawa and Brooks Koepka. Morikawa is probably playing the best coming into the tournament other than Rory, but Koepka has been close multiple times. And I mean, not that Morikawa is not a major winner because he is, but Koepka kind of just turns it on in majors.
Mm-hmm.
All that to not pick either of them. I'm actually going with the gentleman who's playing the best right now. And in all the stats I looked up, he's the only golfer to hit all 18 of them. Whoa. And that gentleman is Rory.
Okay. Wow. I think he gets over the hump, huh? All right.
I feel better about my pick, though. Now that Kev picked them. Because like, he used stats. I'm on the same pick. But
you're on Rory too?
My reasons have nothing to do with golf game. Roy was looking good, happy, hugging his wife and his daughter, and I was like, "Listen, man. Last year, my man was going through. He filed for divorce. He said it was the relationship was broken, not fixed. They came back together. So that just tells me right there, my man's locked and loaded, ready to go, focused. He doesn't have to worry about all the outside noise now. Oh, what's going on with his wife, with the marriage? Nope. Stronger than ever. Back. Rory gets it first.
Okay.
Hugs his wife, hops in the water. Calling it now.
Would this would complete his Grand Slam, correct?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
All right. And so there were 2. Who's Trey got, Ty?
I was trying to find his odds.
Well, who?
Bro,
okay.
Shit. Trey's winner is Denny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy. Who?
Throwback.
Yep, Denny McCarthy.
That's his winner or his long shot?
That's his winner.
Oh, he's so weird. What are you?
He does, dude. He picks. I'm telling you, yeah. This is typical. He picks these guys that
I'm on DraftKings.
Wow.
Exactly. That's why I'm like scrolling. I'm like, what the hell?
Are you sure that's not his long shot?
I'm positive.
Oh, there I see him now. Plus 17,000. All right.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna sprinkle on that shit. Let's go, Trent.
Yeah. No, he had Denny McCarthy.
The only one.
His winner's actually more of a long shot than his surprise winner, which I don't understand that.
Man, if he pulls that off,
Yeah,
I mean, I'll be happy as shit.
pretty well. He's got 3 straight top 20 finishes, 1 top 5. Hasn't missed a cut this year. This is only his second Masters. I don't like that.
But it's his
at least
second,
it's not his first.
right?
Yeah,
Not his
exactly.
first. Sure, it's not his
That's the
first.
key. Did he make the cut last year?
He did. He finished 45th.
Ooh.
Just
Okay.
saying, he's hitting criteria.
But he didn't finish
All right.
top 30, and 25 out of the last 27 finished top 30 the year before.
Because he's been focused about the Masters.
Yeah, and he was out there hugging his wife.
I have
and
no
his kids.
analytics when it comes to golf. I am. There is nothing.
Rory finished 22nd last year, so he fits that criteria.
But he was distracted. See what happens when you're distracted? Turmoil at home. You file
All right,
for
Trent,
divorce.
Who's your winner?
Kevin, you made me a little nervous with the way you started out picking your winner because my winner is Morikawa. I have him for plus 1,800. I don't know what he's at now. I think I took that about
DraftKings. He's down to like plus 1,200 now.
Okay, good. I got about 2 days ago. 5 starts this year. His worst finish has been 17th.
Mhm.
Top 10 finishes in the past 3 Masters. And then he was actually top 3 last year in the Masters. And then if he does win a Masters, just a little extra motivation, it only leaves him one more major to complete the Grand Slam. And then also shout out to Trey and his statistics, and he is currently leads the field in strokes gained overall. So I'm going Morikawa.
None of us understand.
Nope, none of us know. That's why we love the stat. So plus 1,800. Colin Morikawa is my winner this time around.
Okay. All right. My winner. I feel like this guy's got the coolest name. Ludwig Aberg.
Alberg.
Okay.
He's
All right.
like Swedish, right?
Yeah. He's got that little symbol over the A, so it makes it sound like an O.
Yeah, come on, English teacher.
Yeah.
You should know that.
That's
Nope, okay.
different language. It's a different language.
That's just-
Come on, teach.
Yeah.
Know that one.
His odds are plus 2,000. I think they're right now in DraftKings are plus 1,700. So I think I might have actually moved that line as well when I bet it. So
Gotta get banned, guys.
Do
it's all
you
that
have
knowledge.
do you have a second guy?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
No, he's missed his last 2 cuts coming into the tournament.
Ooh, Tyler. Like he's nervous now. And I was like, you know what? Corey Connors, give him to me now.
Nope. Sticking with Ludwig.
He did finish second last year, so he knows what it takes to get there. But
Yeah.
Just not win it, though. Just not win it.
Well, and I'm also trying to play like the whole suicide poll.
Right.
Oh,
Of
Whoa.
like,
The next
yeah.
one. Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
twice.
saying? Like I obviously the easy pick would be, Scotty or somebody else, but I'm like, I also don't want to waste them yet.
we're all
almost
saving him, aren't we?
like-
Right, that's what all
I was gonna say nobody picked it.
It's going
all
to be
strategy.
all the same
was-
Masters. We're going to be like Scotty.
Right. As hard as it was not picking the Longhorn,
Yep.
let him slide on that one.
All right, last one here. We got surprise winner, and we said plus has to be plus 3,000 or more, right?
Yes.
All right, Kev, you got.
All right. This one is another tough one because I really want to go with Dustin Johnson. I love Dustin Johnson. Also went to Coastal Carolina. He knows what it takes. He's a previous winner. But I don't know. I feel like he's been playing well on the Live recently, but he missed the cut last year, and the year before that he finished 48th. So as much as my heart wants to take him, and he's plus 13,000. So maybe I still sprinkle, but I'm gonna go with Tony Finau. He's plus 8,000, or at least when I got it was plus 8,000.
Okay.
He in his first 2 Masters he finished 10th and 5th, and now he's kind of struggled since then. Last 3 he finished 35th, 26th, and now he doesn't fit my criteria. But I guess that's why he's a long shot, because he finished 55th last year, so he wasn't top 30. So it's going to have to be the exception to my rules if my long shot's going to win. But I just like the way he plays. He is a big hitter, similar to DeChambeau, so he should be able. The length shouldn't bother him. The one thing, though, again, that worries me, and why he's plus 8,000 is he's actually that stat we love. Strokes gained, he's like outside the top 50 right now. So he's also not playing particularly well. But
So he's a good long shot guy, though.
Yeah, he's had success on the PGA Tour. He's been close in other majors. And like I said, in his first 2 Masters, he finished 10th and 5th, and he actually has another top 10 finish later in his career. So he knows what it takes to be there on Sunday. So I like him as a long shot at plus 8,000.
Cool. All right, Steve.
I'm going with Kevin Yu. Kevin Yu is plus 40,000
Ooh.
to win. All right,
That's a long shot for sure.
26 years old, rising star from Taiwan. Let me continue reading. And he's had 4 top 20 finishes this year. They say his game is going to be nice for the par 5s on the course in Augusta. You just never know. He said long shot. Said, let's go.
You know why his odds are that high?
Because they're hating on him. I know, man. I listen, man. I know a hater when I see it. All these books are hating.
It's his first Masters.
Oh,
I know you're not going to talk to me about breaking rules when literally you just went on for 5 minutes about breaking your rules.
At least my guy has a couple top 10 finishes and has experience here.
Oh, so now we just pick and choose what's important. That's what we're doing here. All right. I'm still sticking with
I just tell you,
your namesake, Kevin Yu. All right.
My exception at least is more likely.
One thing I learned about Steve during conference tournament time was he wants to get rich, and if you place a $5 bet, you get $2,000 just to if he pulls this off, Steve. So
yeah.
I love it, man. Hey, by the way, if you bet on Angel Cabrera to pull off a miracle, what a story that would be. You know, I bet they'd hate to have to go. He's plus 70,000. I'm seeing, so that's like $5 gets you like.
All the PGA said about him was like he went through some legal issues and now he's back. Like they just swept that under the rug and just kept it moving. Yeah, he dealt with some legal issues, but he's back on the tour now. And it's like what did he do?
What?
Oh wow.
Well,
that's worse than the Tiger stuff, and they lit Tiger up. I feel like, but anyway,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, he was stepping out on his wife. That's not the best thing to do. But last time I checked, I mean, he got his ass kicked by his wife. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He didn't even lay a finger on her. He took the ass beating. This dude over here is stalking, got assault charges. Like, you guys really want to hit your wagon? Like let this go? Like, because if he has any success like that the first weekend, like right going into like Saturday, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then the stories are gonna drop. Like, I don't know, man. They might just make sure he doesn't make it. Like, just hey man, we don't need you to move on.
Yeah. Hit the lawnmowers, guys, real hard right now. He's teeing off.
Right.
I'm surprised the Masters obviously let him, but
because he's won it. Like, you get this automatic
but then this is not a PGA event. This is the Masters owns this.
True. That's true.
So they could. I mean, the PGA should too. I mean, the PGA has no say in this event. The PGA in their next event should be like, yeah, we don't want you here. But
if you want to have a real interesting opening round, plus 22,000 for him to be the leader after round one. So just saying, and you could no sweat it. You could no sweat it on FanDuel. So you put a little sprinkle, you get that right back. Yeah. So I'm just saying.
I mean, it is surprising that they kind of let him come back after spending a couple years in jail for those. But I mean, then they turn around and tell like Jason Day, like, "Hey man, don't wear baggy clothes. All right, you gotta cut it back. All right, we got an image to keep around here. Just like what?
The Masters is weird though, because as a patron, you can't wear what you're doing right now with your hat. You can't do it at the Masters.
Yeah, but hey, Steve's got a green jacket on. Come on, that's green, right? Yeah.
It's just a light. It's like light gray, whatever.
Okay,
but still,
close.
But if I turn around and be like, "Well, guys, like I have 2 assault charges and I just spent time with y'all," they're like, "Whoa! Let this guy play, man. He's all right. He's cool. He's good with us. He's okay."
That's awesome.
Why'd you open up with that?
Yeah, you do that, you might get a free pimento sandwich. I don't know. Right? Who knows?
Steve, you say 40,000, right?
Yeah, plus 40,000.
Okay. All right. I have it like the way I had the spreadsheet set up. I have it like to pull data from a website. So I'm like typing in Kevin Yu. I'm like, why isn't this populating automatically? So his real name is Chun-On Yu. So that was why.
Sounds like chew on.
Kevin's a lot easier to say.
Lots easier.
let's just call him Kevin.
All right, Trey has Sepp Straka as his surprise winner at 7,500 odds. I will say, Kev, you and Trey. What's that?
You said earlier that his long shot has higher odds. I mean, his winner has higher odds than his long shot does.
Yeah, because wasn't
1,700?
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Denny was 17. Yeah, Denny was 17, but his surprise winner's Sepp.
Right.
Hey, he knows something, bro. If he hits, I'm going to Trey for all golf. For the rest of the
I do
season.
find it interesting though. Like Kevin and Trey both had a lot of names the same.
I'm saying, man. Like I don't know. He knows something. He's on to something.
It's strokes gained. That's what the hell it is.
Oh God.
All right, Trent, who you got?
I've got the Happy Gilmore caddy himself, Will Zalatoris, plus 6,500. 3 top 10 finishes at the Masters, as long as he could stay healthy, because I know he had some back issues last year. He had to pull out of a couple tournaments, but I think he also can play well enough to be in the mix on Sunday. It's my long shot winner, Zalatoris.
All right, I got Victor Hovland, 4,500. Kind of a shame that you guys all have a lot higher odds than me, but he was also in that realm.
40,000. 40,000 for Kevin Chew on you. Yeah.
You guys want to get rich?
There it is.
Got to risk it for the biscuit, man.
Is it bad? Like now, I'm probably going to sprinkle on every single person's picks today.
Absolutely not, man.
You're going to make profit if one of them hits, right?
I'm writing them all down. I'm literally betting as we're going here.
I'll share the list with you guys too. I'll take a picture of it, send it to you guys.
I almost went with Russell Henley as my long shot too. But...
That was okay. The guy I picked my top 10.
Yeah.
All right, good. I got one that's in line with Kev. All right.
It was going to be Fred Couples, but I had to back off on that
one. I wish.
All right.
I loved Fred Couples.
Plus 250,000.
He's just too old and has too many back problems to win that thing.
Great head of hair.
10 cents on that for
loved him in Tin Cup.
Yeah, that is a classic. What's that?
Hair envy.
He did. He always had like a full head of like gray hair, and he wore a visor so you'd see it. It's kind of one of the funniest things about the golfing is when those guys that wear hats all weekend, and then they like after they win, they take their Oh, it's like, boom. It's like, ooh. I'd be so pissed. Oh,
Not if you win it. Shoot,
that's true.
I'll take that sunburn all day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That is true. Man.
All right. Anything else here before we get out of here?
I don't think I do, man. I'm excited.
Have a
I'm
day.
excited.
Say
Or a
this is gonna be
weekend.
this
Shit.
this will be cool. This is gonna give golf even more excitement. I know it's kind of it's golf, but this will be kind of cool to see little poll action to see who gets points and who doesn't get points and stuff. So we'll keep track. We'll keep a running total of stuff too. So we'll see who wins.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll have to put something on it. See for who the winner gets.
Big shout out to Kevin. You
Yeah.
carry me to the promised land.
I keep thinking he's like talking to Kevin and being like, Kevin,
You.
he's like Kevin, you.
Just wait, I'll pop out of nowhere like Happy Gilmore tomorrow.
Yeah.
Riding your golf club around it's like a horse. It's like, oh shit. That's great. All right.
man.
Well, I
So I'm
appreciate you guys coming on.
Oh, thanks for having us, man.
Anytime,
All right.
man.
It's always a pleasure, man.
Enjoy the Masters and see you next week.
See you guys.